Farm edition, and would you go down a mile-long zip line? For one state, the adrenaline rush is driving tourism. KOAM News at 10. Next. Now at 10, a Webb City school employee is detained after a confrontation with a nonprofit posing as a minor. Plus, Girard's police chief steps down. What residents are saying about public safety and who could fill the role. And Miami neighbors are cleaning out their closets this weekend for the citywide garage sale events, and you're invited.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
An Indiana-based social justice group assisted Webb City police officers last night. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Anthony Saviello. The group, Bikers Against Predators, live-streamed an interaction with a Webb City school employee. The interaction came after the group posed as an underage girl. Webb City police were called to the scene where they detained the employee. The school district released in a statement yesterday addressing the incident, saying, in part, quote, "The district's #1 priority is keeping our students safe, and upon learning of these allegations, the district immediately cooperated with the Webb City Police Department and put the staff member on administrative leave." This morning, authorities charged that very employee, Logan B. Duncan, with 1 count of felony enticement of a child. He is currently being held in the Webb City jail. The police chief of Girard has officially stepped down just days ago. On April 28th, the city of Kansas posted the open position and said they're already reviewing several candidates. City leaders promoted Police Chief Sierra Roberts to chief back in December of 2023. She had served first as a patrol officer, then a patrol sergeant for the agency starting in January of 2022. In the meantime, KOAM spoke with local residents about how they are feeling about the policing in their neighborhood.
I was happy with our local department, but I'm not on top of Girard politics, but for some reason they can't keep police, and we need them.
$20 an hour, I can go out and get a line job for that. Officers do, in certain situations, risk their lives every day. So I don't think that's a fair pay cut for someone in that line of work.
The officials say whoever they hire will provide strong leadership to the department. Let's go ahead and check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty with a first look at weather.
Well, of course, a very stormy week for us this week, but we get to dry out. Things look much nicer as we head into the weekend. Now, it's going to be a little bit cool for this time of the year, so we do have some chilly nights ahead, but at least we are going to see sunny skies. We're going to be dry. If you need to get out, mow, do whatever you need to do as we go into the weekend. Temperatures stay fairly mild, at least for really about the next 7 to 10 days, but thunderstorms are going to return for us once we get till about Tuesday. Let's look at your weekend. Pretty much clear skies to start. Here's Saturday morning, kind of mid to upper 40s, but plenty of sunshine once we get into the afternoon, I think mid 60s. But remember, we should be topping out into the mid 70s for this time of the year. We dip all the way down into lower 40s on Sunday morning, but Sunday afternoon pretty good into the upper 60s. We're going to look at our next chance for rain here in just a bit.
Noon. Harvest Bank and the Salvation Army teamed up today to feed the community and raise a little money in the process. For just $5, visitors could roll through and grab a hot dog, chips, and a drink. Funds raised go to benefit the Million Meals campaign, an effort to fight hunger in the local area.
So the Million Meals program is designed to help food insecurity in our region. Harvest started the Million Meals program 15 years ago, and all the proceeds of our program go to fight hunger in our local communities.
And the Million Meals have since donated in their 15-year campaign 25 million meals. Carthage FFA harvested some money today thanks to their annual fundraiser. The event kicked off behind the Carthage Tech Center at the CTC Greenhouse. Visitors could purchase everything from hanging baskets and succulents to garden veggies and houseplants. Organizers say they appreciate the community involvement the event brings.
The greenhouse is completely student ran. We order everything in, we grow it from seeds or from little starts, and then we sell it. That way we can have money for our students to be able to go to their competitions, state convention, national convention, WLC. We send students to Washington, D.C. It's just a great fundraiser for our students, and all the money goes back to them.
Organizers say the community support directly impacts students' hands-on learning. Visitors came out today to mark a special occasion at the Rainbow Bridge in Baxter Springs. The Route 66 Association of Kansas hosted a ribbon-cutting ceremony to celebrate renovations to the century-old Marsh Arch Bridge. The renovations include removal of old paint, followed by epoxy sealer and a fresh coat of long-term paint to help preserve the bridge for many years to come.
And we know that there's going to be an acceleration of tourism traffic this year, the year prior, the year of the centennial, and the year after. And some of the local groups of the Route 66 committees, they came to the commission asking if we would get this repainted before the centennial happened, and it does look a lot better.
The Marsh Arch Bridge marked its 100th anniversary in December of 2023. Renovations on the bridge took place ahead of the upcoming 100th anniversary. The Miami citywide garage sale kicked off today and runs through Sunday, giving residents a chance to buy and sell without a permit. Participants are encouraged to post their sale locations, times, and items in the comment section of the city's Facebook page. The post will remain pinned to make it easy to find sales across town.
A big thing around Miami, and I've been participating for probably the last 3 years in a row, and I've been waiting to set this up for a few months.
City officials say it's a great way to promote community engagement and local bargains. Livestock and learning come together as Golden City Schools launch a new farm project for students. That's coming up. But up first, taking a fight to the highest court.
The Trump administration brings its fight over access to Social Security data to the Supreme Court. I'm Erica Brown with more on that and the president's escalating feuds with Harvard University and public broadcasting.
The Trump administration is renewing its efforts to provide the Department of Government Efficiency with access to a massive trove of personal information on millions of Americans. But Erica Brown reports from the White House the Supreme Court may have to decide the winner in that fight.
The Trump administration asked the Supreme Court Thursday to clear the way for the Department of Government Efficiency to access sensitive Social Security data. The Trump administration says the group needs access to target waste in the federal government. The move comes as President Trump unveiled his budget proposal for next year. It includes steep cuts across federal agencies. The new budget calls for $163 billion in spending cuts for programs including those focused on public health, education, and clean energy. But defense funding, border security, and programs like Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid would not be impacted by the cuts. The president also signed an executive order late Thursday aimed at defunding PBS and NPR, accusing the broadcasters of bias in their reporting. On Friday, PBS Channel 13 in New York sent emails announcing the president's move and urging people to donate. This comes as the president also escalates his feud with Harvard University, a day after delivering the commencement address at the University of Alabama.
The next chapter of the American story will not be written by the Harvard Crimson. It will be written by you, the Crimson Tide.
On social media Friday, President Trump said he's revoking Harvard's tax-exempt status. Harvard's president told the Wall Street Journal that the move would be highly illegal. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
Harvard has already sued the Trump administration for freezing more than $2 billion in federal funding after the school resisted the administration's pressure to enact policy changes to address anti-Semitism and DEI initiatives. Doug returns next with a complete look at the forecast, and a little later, Tennessee's newest attraction sends visitors soaring 1 mile down the Smoky Mountains at breathtaking speeds.
Well, of course, we had all the storms this week, the very heavy amounts of rain, some severe weather, and thankfully, we are going to get a chance to dry out just a bit, which we greatly need. We were in a drought just a few weeks ago. Now we have surpassed out of the drought, and we're actually above average by a couple inches for 2025. All right, kind of a chilly start heading into your weekend. We're going to be mid to upper 40s on your Saturday morning. Let's go to the noon hour, most of us into lower 60s. It's going to be a nice weekend, but a smidge cool for the beginning of May. I think most of us mid to upper 60s to near 70 once we get into our western counties, but quite a bit of sunshine, a little breezy north wind across the region. A little bit colder Saturday night. We dip back lower 40s for overnight lows, and then once we get into Sunday afternoon, a little bit warmer. I think most of us mid to upper 60s for highs, but again, Sunday is going to be dry, and then lows back down into the 40s once again by Monday morning. So yeah, we got some chilly nights across the region, but overall it looks good. 66 on Saturday, 68 on Sunday. At least temperatures are going to be mild. Then we start to see the changes. If we look out toward the west, here's our upper level flow. It's a mess. You got high pressure here, you got low pressure here, you got low pressure here. And as we get into next week, we see kind of an atypical pattern for us. It's what we call an omega block or a blocking pattern. Here's our system rolling through right now. Because this system gets cut off from the jet streams up here, and the jet stream's what helps move these systems along. Because we have this cutoff low, it keeps this storm system out toward the west. And we're not going to have the upper level dynamics to get a lot of severe weather as it gets closer to us next week. So this is actually a good scenario. However, we are going to have many rounds of showers and thunderstorms. As this low breaks down mid to late week, we still have this kind of upper level mess. And then finally, once we get to about the 10th, 11th, and 12th of May, we'll get the jet stream dipping back down, meaning that's when our severe weather chances really start to go up. But it looks like for next week, not a lot of severe weather, which is great to say in the month of May. Monday looks good. Let's go into Tuesday. Showers, thunderstorms in, should be non-severe, but could be loud. And then just kind of hit and miss storms. Wednesday afternoon, hit and miss storms. Once again, Thursday afternoon, hit and miss storms. Once again, as we go into Friday afternoon of next week. How much rain could we see in the next week? Again, Saturday is going to be dry, Sunday is going to be dry, Monday is going to be dry. So this is next Tuesday through Friday. A lot of areas, half an inch to an inch, maybe some isolated heavier amounts. All right, 66 Saturday. Let's go 68 on Sunday, 70 on Monday. Temperatures not bad, 60s and 70s through the period, but those chances for rain will start to increase, especially the middle of next week and last all the way into next weekend. Anthony?
All right, Doug, thanks. Well, Cowtown Days in Baxter Springs kicks off this weekend. The festival hosts many different events for the whole family, including a talent show and hot dog eating contest. Festivities will continue on through tomorrow with more events like a free breakfast, pie eating contest, and more.
I think spending time with the community after we've been locked up all winter is big. I think the vendors are excellent. We have a variety of vendors that you can shop for Mother's Day, because that's this month. So we just have an excellent turnout every year. People like to come to these little community events, and our community is one to be proud of.
A free breakfast will be served tomorrow at 8 a.m. to start off the day's events. Well, if you're looking for some good, clean fun that's a little louder, maybe a little dirtier, Mother Road Mayhem rolls back into Joplin. The event is touted as the ultimate automotive extravaganza, featuring more than 100 acres of Route 66 Speedway to rev it up to your heart's content. You're looking at video from Mother Road Mayhem event in 2023. The event will also include camping options, nearby dining options, and a live concert on Saturday night. A Southwest Missouri school district is celebrating as it breaks ground on its newest addition. The Golden City School District broke ground on its farm, a $300,000 project mostly funded through grants. Officials say the purpose of the farm is to teach students about proper techniques to raise livestock and learn farming skills even if they don't want to go into agriculture. The plan is to turn a field behind the high school into a pasture and barn to raise livestock.
We have had overwhelming community support. It's been absolutely unreal how much the community wants this. This is a great school district, but they haven't added any kind of facilities for over 20, almost 30 years. So all the parents and community are excited to see something new coming to the district.
The project is set to be complete by winter of this year. Still ahead, Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State softball try to advance to the MIAA Tournament Championship, and Pitt State football plays its annual spring game. Ben McLeish has those stories and more up next in sports.
$1,000 in total cash and prizes will go in May. Enjoy your favorite cold beverages, delicious food, and lots of ways to win. Everybody loves big casino winnings. Come play for your chance to win your share. Outpost Casino, Highway 1010C on the Oklahoma-Missouri border. TheOutpostCasino.com for details.
Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern softball each won their first game at the MIAA tournament yesterday, which means the Gorillas and Lions are both one win away from facing each other in the conference championship. But in the first game, the Lions fall to number 1 seed and regular season conference champion Central Oklahoma 4-0. Southern gets held to just 4 hits. And now MSSU will have to wait and see if it's done enough to get into the NCAA tournament. The selection committee announces the 64-team field early next week. Same situation for Pittsburgh State. The Gorillas fall to Rogers State 7-2 in the second semifinal. RSU starting pitcher Jade Sanders holds the Gorillas to just 1 hit for the entire game. Hillcats will face UCO in the tournament championship tomorrow. Just like Southern, Pitt State is now at the mercy of the NCAA selection committee. 15th ranked Pittsburgh State baseball is at home today. The Gorillas beat Arkansas Fort Smith by 10 runs in the series opener last night. Pittsburgh State baseball, winners of 4 in a row, taking on Arkansas Fort Smith. Tanner Leslie gets the start on the mound, and in the top of the first inning, he gets not 1, but 2 swinging strikeouts. The right-hander goes 7 innings, punching out 6 on the day. Bottom of the third, we're still scoreless until Ricky Sanchez pulls one through the left side of the infield. Josh Holmes hustles around third and slides in safely to open the scoring for the Gorillas. Next batter, Drew Bugner, hits a slicing liner drive into center. Alex Rogers scores easily, and it's 2-0 Gorillas. They keep the line moving. Next man up, Dagan Brewer. He turns on one. The left fielder is gonna misplay it, and 2 more runs come across the plate. The Gorillas handle business against the Lions. They win it 9-4. Their regular season finale is tomorrow afternoon. Missouri Southern is unable to win its 4th game in a row. The Lions fall to the Riverhawks 2-1. Southern looks for the series win tomorrow at 2 in the Lions' regular season finale. Tonight we get our first look at the 2025 Pittsburgh State football team. The Gorillas hold their annual spring game at Carney Smith Stadium. It starts like any other game in the jungle. Hundreds of fans line up for the Gorilla Walk, and for the first time in 2025, the Gorillas take the field. It's going to be red team versus white team. And neither side has much success in the passing game in the first half, but here red team rips off a big run into white territory, but neither team can sustain a drive. There's not many big plays, and the score is just 3-0 after 2 10-minute quarters. A couple of QBs get it going on the ground as well, but for today's game, it is 2-hand touch for the quarterback position. In the third quarter, the moment we've been waiting for, first touchdown of the year for the Gorillas. Red team strikes first, but the white team responds right back. They have a deep passing touchdown down the middle, so both teams have to shake off some off-season rust, but we're still over 3 months away from the Gorillas' season opener against Ferris State on August 28th.
Well, we're excited to see you. You excited for football season?
I am super excited for my first Pitt State and Missouri Southern football season. It's going to be a fun fall.
Yeah, don't forget about those high school football teams. Those teams are going to impress you too.
True, we've got plenty of teams. I'm excited for that too. Fridays and Saturdays, going to be pretty busy weekends for me.
Absolutely. We'll be right back.
During his service, we are proud to salute Kenneth Price, a 4-state hero.
Well, it's going to be chilly as we go through the next few nights. Overnight lows down into the 40s, but the days look pretty good. Saturday, 66, 68 on your Sunday, back to 70 on Monday. We're going to be dry, get a chance to dry out. However, showers, thunderstorms back in Tuesday, Wednesday, really all of the second half of next week into next weekend.
Well, 900 acres of undisturbed land in Sevier County is now home to the country's longest zip line. As Cale Granger reports, the state's tourism commissioner said the millions they're spending to bring guests here is paying off.
It's from here at 2,400 feet in elevation that you take the Mega Zip, America's longest zip line, 1 mile straight down.
3, go! They've got a mile to go at 55 miles per hour. Tennessee Commissioner of Tourism prepares to take the first flight.
Yes, this is exciting.
He says it's new attractions like this that's gotten the attention of travelers from around the world.
All the work that's been done in Sevier County and that East Tennessee section has helped Tennessee be the second fastest growing state in America the last 6 years.
Mayor David Ware in Pigeon Forge says all the new hotels going up keep up with demand for the millions who visit Sevier County a year.
So if you think about that, if you're coming to Pigeon Forge every year and there's nothing new to do, more than likely over time, a couple years, you're going to find some other place to visit. So it's very important that Pigeon Forge grows, not just Pigeon Forge, but Sevier County as a whole grows its economy, adds new attractions for things for people to do.
And that's why Bryce Bentz at Wildside was thinking outside the box on how to make something you won't find anywhere else.
What is something that hasn't been done in Sevier County before? And that's really what drove the concept of the Mega Zip. I mean, you know, longest zip line in the United States. It's hard to find topography that allows for something like that. And after a lot of ground truthing, we came to the top of Raven's Den, which is where the Mega Zip launches from.
An adventure above the Smokies that brings a smile.
Just terrific. What a ride. Man, people need to experience Wildside.
Commissioner Ezell says this is what keeps taxes down for those of us who live here.
You've got such great assets here in Sevier County that people can fly in even internationally to Nashville and want to plan a trip to the Smokies and want to experience a lot of those great outdoor things that happen in Tennessee.
Lest you think you can't take the ride of your life right here in the 4 states, there's plenty of zipline options in our area. Just quick Google search will turn up ziplines in Branson, Reed Springs, and Kansas City, Missouri, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Bonner Springs, Kansas, to Pea Ridge, Arkansas. So you want to go ziplining?
I'd love to go ziplining.
Absolutely. You got a final sports note for us?
Yeah, well, Pitt State football had their spring game today.
Sure.
They're still over 3 months away from their season, but Pitt State baseball and Missouri Southern baseball finish off their regular seasons tomorrow afternoon.
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks for watching. We'll be back here tomorrow night. See you then.